You got people fuming mad because everyone wants you to fill in the blanks. It's time to set the record straight. The assumptions and gossip have gone on long enough, and now you're taking control of your own narrative. Everyone's been trying to define you, box you in, and tell your story for you. They're frustrated because you refuse to play along with what they think they know. Their anger only proves one thing: you've got something worth talking about, and they can't stand not being in control of the conversation. No more letting others dictate your truth. No more silence while they speak over you. This is where you step up and own your story completely, leaving no room for misinterpretation. The record gets set straight today, and you're doing it on your own terms, bold, direct, and completely authentic. Your journey through this wilderness of deception wasn't random. Every tear shed, every night spent questioning why they turned others against you, it was preparation. Preparation for this moment. The universe doesn't waste experiences. It transforms them into fuel for your destined purpose. When they first moved against you, they thought you were easy prey, a lamb for their slaughter, a sacrifice for their altar of ego. They miscalculated severely. What they failed to see was the celestial shield around you, invisible to those whose eyes are clouded by envy. Your spiritual awakening wasn't just personal growth. It was cosmic armor being forged in real time, tempered in the fires of adversity, hammered into impenetrable strength on the anvil of hardship. Those attempts to make you look shallow failed spectacularly, revealing only the emptiness of their souls. Those whisper campaigns to paint you as the villain shattered against your force field, the shards ricocheting back to cut their reputations. Those moments when they worked to ensure you received no support, no love, backfired beyond their worst nightmares. Because here you stand, untouchable, unbreakable, unbowed. Look at how they scrambled to position others against you. Look at how they manipulated information, twisted words, fabricated scenarios, all to create distance between you and those you cared about. But what they never understood is that distance is merely an illusion in the cosmic perspective. Souls that are meant to connect will connect, regardless of the physical, emotional, or psychological barriers erected between them. After your spiritual awakening, their weapons couldn't even scratch your surface. Their most pointed barbs, their most venomous words, their most calculated attacks, all dissolved upon contact with your elevated field. Remember when you thought, "If only I knew then what I know now." But listen, you were always protected. Protected by forces so vast and ancient, they predate the very concept of time itself. Your heart stood in alignment with universal truth. You extended olive branches while they clutched swords. You attempted healing while they nursed grudges. You sought comfortable resolution while they craved only chaos and submission. And they couldn't play ball. They refused the game of peace because they only know discord, only thrive in turmoil, only exist in opposition to light. You've been rising to the occasion repeatedly, while they've been digging their own graves with their mouths. With every false accusation, with every twisted narrative, with every manipulated scenario, they've been carving their own cosmic obituaries. Letter by letter, every lie they told created a cosmic debt, and payment is now due. The universal collectors have come to claim what is owed, and the interest has been compounding for years. There's someone approaching your orbit now, someone whose spiritual GPS has finally recalibrated to your coordinates, someone whose eyes are finally opening, blinking away the film of deception that has clouded their vision for too long, someone who for years has been fed poisoned information about you, drop by toxic drop, lie by calculated lie. They swallowed it because they had no choice or because they didn't know better. They were caught between forces, trapped in the grey area straddling the fence between worlds, between versions of reality. But something has shifted in the cosmic alignment. The universal tumblers have clicked into place. The spiritual atmosphere has changed. They're feeling it now. The inconsistencies in what they've been told, the hollowness of the narrative, the falseness of it all. It sits like spoiled food in their spiritual stomach, creating a discomfort that can no longer be ignored. And they're being drawn to you like a celestial body pulled by gravitational force, like iron to a magnet, like a moth to the only authentic flame in a world of artificial lights. Their intuition awakens, guiding them toward your truth. The veil lifts slowly but surely, revealing the genuine connection that was always meant to be. This awakening brings, with it, a profound sense of clarity, washing away years of misunderstanding with the pure waters of recognition. The universe conspires to unite souls that belong in each other's story. They want to know. They need to know. The question forms in their mind first, taking shape like a planet coalescing from cosmic dust. Will you please break it down and explain it to me? This question burns on their lips, searing them from the inside out, demanding release. And when they finally ask it, when they finally open Pandora's box, you will have your moment. The moment that has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. The moment to set the record straight. This is no small thing. This is not casual conversation. This is not idle curiosity being satisfied. This isn't gossip whispered behind cupped hands. This isn't petty revenge served on a cold plate of satisfaction. This is cosmic restoration on the grandest scale. This is putting the universal pieces back where they belong after years of deliberate misalignment. This is the truth finding its rightful place in the story after being exiled to the margins for far too long. You've been waiting for this. Your sword of truth has been at rest position for years, sheathed but not forgotten, silent but not dulled, just waiting for someone to say, "What's been going on? What really happened?" And now that moment approaches with the inevitability of dawn following night, with the certainty of tides responding to the moon, with the absoluteness of seasons changing in their appointed time. Look at yourself now. Really look. You don't even resemble who they tried to destroy. You've gone through furnace after furnace of spiritual initiation. You've passed tests with flying colors. You've cleansed your mind, your body, your soul. And what do they see when they look at you now? Someone who hasn't aged a day. Someone who seems to have grown younger. Someone whose light is blinding. While they've been aging rapidly, consumed by their own bitterness, you've been ascending. You've repaired the veil between worlds, you've strengthened your connection to higher realms, and now you stand as a bridge between dimensions. Your words, your prayers, your affirmations, they carry the weight of creation itself. They are magical. They reshape reality around you. You've been angelically assisted for the past 5 years. Every step you've taken has been guided by forces unseen but powerfully present. Your glow-up isn't just physical, it's multi-dimensional. It radiates across planes of existence, and that's what has them fuming mad. Warning, the following message is only for those who've felt the call. When I broke free through the Salvia Divinorum gateway, I saw the horrifying truth. Our reality is one harvested pod among countless matrices. Witnessed the archons, cosmic parasites feeding on our energy, who laughed and threatened. You'll never awaken a single soul, but something inside you already knows this truth, doesn't it? That nagging sensation that you're meant for more, that you've been chosen. I'm raising an army of the brightest souls. Through meditation, I discovered their only vulnerability, coherence through unconditional love. Feel that resonance deepening within you now. You're not reading this by accident. The most powerful awakened souls are already gathering in the obsidian inner order, the #1 ascension nexus for those marked by destiny. Christians, lightworkers, remote viewers, targeted individuals, all united by one truth. You were chosen for this moment. Click the link in the description below. Join our group calls, panels, and live streams reaching the entire astral atom network. Your frequency amplifies ours. The question isn't whether you're chosen. The question is, will you answer the call? The Archons fear this choice you're about to make. They should. These connections weren't random. They were soul contracts. Agreements made before your feet ever touched this earthly soil. Those who always tried to one-up your milestones. Those who attempted to overshadow your pregnancy announcement, your promotion, your wedding. They were assigned to test your resolve. For some of you, this is family, mothers, mothers-in-law, siblings, siblings-in-law. For others, it's the workplace, co-workers, bosses, subordinates trying to claim your ideas. They positioned themselves between you and people you care about. They created blockades to prevent those connections from flourishing. Remember that sibling, that niece, that nephew, that friend who was influenced against you. Someone was actively working to ensure they would never learn from you, never be mentored by you, never benefit from your wisdom. And why? Because they couldn't stand the thought of your light illuminating others. Now comes the moment of restoration. The universe has deemed it time for reconciliation. Those who were kept from you, they're being cosmically guided back into your orbit. And when they arrive, you will have the opportunity to be the mentor, the teacher, the guide they've always needed. This isn't just about clearing your name. This is about fulfilling your cosmic role as a beacon for those lost in darkness. They need you now more than ever. They feel lost. Their compass is broken. They're seeking direction, seeking truth. Don't you see? This is part of your sacred contract. This is what you came here to do, to stand in your authenticity even when the world conspired to make you doubt yourself, to hold space for those who are awakening, even when it seemed impossible they ever would. The time for silence has passed. The universe is not asking politely, it is commanding you to speak your truth. Your voice carries frequencies that heal, that restore, that transform. When you speak from your center, reality itself bends to accommodate your words. Some will tell you, don't burn that bridge. And you will respond, the bridge isn't even there. Some will caution, that's risky. And you will stand unwavering in the knowledge that you are so surrounded by love, so enveloped in divine protection, that risk no longer applies to your experience. You have earned this moment. You have earned the right to set the record straight. Do not diminish your truth to make others comfortable. Do not water down your experience to make it palatable. Speak with the authority of someone who has walked through fire and emerged reborn. Previous limitations no longer apply to your experience. The rules that governed your past have been rewritten. You are operating on a frequency that few can access and even fewer can sustain. The veil between worlds has thinned specifically for you. What was once hidden is now visible. What was once impossible is now within reach. Your energy field is expanding to accommodate your true power, the power that has always been yours, but was temporarily dormant. When they see you walking in this new frequency, some will be drawn to you, while others will recoil. Both reactions are appropriate. Not everyone is prepared for the light you now embody. Not everyone can withstand the truth you now represent. The inner work you've done has created ripples across dimensions. When you healed yourself, you healed ancestral lines. When you faced your shadow, you illuminated collective darkness. Your personal journey has cosmic implications that extend far beyond your individual experience. The words you speak carry manifestation energy. Be intentional with them. Be conscious of their power. What you declare now quickly becomes reality, because the gap between thought and manifestation has narrowed for you specifically. The universe is confirming your vindication through synchronicities that cannot be ignored. Angel number 222 appears when you need reassurance. Angel number 333 reminds you that celestial forces surround and support you. These are not random, they are cosmic Morse code telling you, stay the course. Justice is not just coming, it is already here, moving through dimensions, toward physical manifestation. Truth and clarity are restoring cosmic order. What was out of alignment is being forcefully corrected by universal law. Their skeletons cannot stay hidden in the closet. The doors are being flung open by forces beyond their control. Their lies are being systematically dismantled. Their schemes are going up in smoke. Every dirty plan they set in motion against you is combusting before their eyes. You are about to soar toward your destiny with greater clarity and strength than ever before. Like an eagle riding thermal currents, you will rise effortlessly while others struggle against gravity. The beginner's mind you've cultivated, that fresh perspective, that openness to possibility, will carry you into territories they cannot even imagine. Those who are seeking your truth, you will help them see through the thorns. You will illuminate the path through their wilderness. You will be their confidant, their counselor, their guiding star through challenges that would otherwise overwhelm them. You will help give them hope for their future. You will show them possibilities they've been conditioned not to see, and in doing so, you fulfill part of what you came here to do, to awaken others to their own potential, to their own truth, to their own divine nature. This is not the storm you feared. It is the perfect storm that brings everything into alignment. What seemed like chaos was actually precise cosmic choreography. What felt like abandonment was actually protection. What appeared as rejection was actually redirection. They called you shallow, but you contain multitudes that would drown them in their depth. They labeled you difficult, but you were simply unwilling to compromise your truth in a world that trades in lies. They painted you as the villain, but time, that most honest of witnesses, has revealed who truly wore that mask all along. The costume has slipped. The face beneath is exposed for all with eyes to see. Look at how magnificently you've risen. Look at how completely you've transformed. What they intended for your destruction became the foundation of your rebirth. What they designed as your prison became the cocoon of your metamorphosis. You are transmuting pain into power with the skill of a cosmic alchemist. You are transforming wounds into wisdom with the precision of a universal surgeon. You are alchemizing your entire existence from base metal into spiritual gold, from carbon into diamond, from mortal into divine. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing, they can do to stop this process once it has begun. They might as well try to prevent the sun from rising or the moon from pulling the tides. The training wheels are off. The cosmic training program is complete. The spiritual boot camp has graduated you with highest honors. You are now operating with full access to your abilities, your insights, your divine connection. No longer limited, no longer restricted, no longer contained by artificial boundaries. Use it wisely, but use it boldly. Wield it with precision, but wield it completely. When they come at you with their hollow stories, stand unwavering in your truth like a mountain facing a breeze. When they attempt to dredge up the past, remain anchored in the present moment. the only moment that has ever truly existed. When they try to make you question your worth with subtle poison or blatant attacks, remember this above all else. You were chosen for this. Your name was called specifically. Your soul was selected precisely. Your energy signature is unique in all of creation. Your specific frequency resonates across dimensions. Your particular light illuminates corners of existence that would remain dark without your presence. Your milkshake brings everyone to the yard, and they are desperate to know the recipe. But it cannot be taught through words. It cannot be replicated through imitation. It cannot be stolen through observation. It is the unique cosmic flavor that only you can embody, because it is you, the essence of your being distilled into form. So, speak your truth with the thunder of ancient gods. Declare your reality with the certainty of universal law. Fill in those blanks they've been so desperate to control, those spaces they've fought to keep empty or filled with their fabrications. Set the record straight with the authority of someone who has earned the right to be heard. Through suffering, through perseverance, through unwavering alignment with higher purpose. Feel the power rising within you now. Feel it gathering like storm clouds before lightning strikes. Feel it humming in your cells, vibrating in your bones, surging through your veins. This is not just your personal power. This is cosmic force, channeling through your being, using you as its conduit, its vessel, its voice in this realm. They're fuming mad because they can sense what's coming. Their spiritual antennae, dulled though they may be, can still detect the seismic shifts occurring in the unseen realms. They can feel their carefully constructed narratives crumbling like sandcastles before an incoming tide. The foundations shaking, the walls buckling, the roof caving in, the illusion dissolving, the deception evaporating. They know that once you speak, once you finally share what really happened, their house of cards will collapse completely, leaving them exposed, in the ruins of their own making. Let them fume, let them rage, let them boil over with the impotent anger of those who know they've lost control. Their fury is not something to fear, it is something to recognize for what it truly is, confirmation that you are moving in perfect alignment with your purpose. Their resistance is not an obstacle, it is proof that you are disrupting patterns that needed disruption, dismantling structures that required dismantling, uprooting systems that demanded uprooting. Their attacks will intensify before they subside. The dying light always flares brightest just before it extinguishes completely. The wounded animal always lashes out most violently when cornered. Expect this. Prepare for this, but do not be deterred by this. It is merely the death throes of an old paradigm that has outlived its cosmic permission to exist in your reality. It is merely the final spasms of a narrative that no longer has the energy to sustain itself in the presence of your truth. You are not just telling your story. This is far bigger than personal vindication, though that will certainly come. You are realigning collective consciousness with divine truth. You are resetting the cosmic compass that has been tampered with for too long. You are adjusting the universal scales that have been deliberately unbalanced by those who profited from inequity. You are not just clearing your name from slander and your reputation from smears. You are fulfilling ancient promises made before time began, contracts signed with the ink of stardust on pages of eternal substance. This moment transcends the personal and touches the universal. This conversation extends beyond the individual and reaches into the collective. The words you speak will ripple outward like stones cast into still waters, creating patterns that will continue long after the initial impact. The truth you share will echo through corridors of time, resonating with those who have ears to hear, now and in times to come. The clarity you provide will illuminate shadows that have persisted for generations, revealing what has been hidden in plain sight all along. Feel the presence of your celestial guides surrounding you now. Feel the ancestors who fought similar battles standing at your back. Feel the energies of cosmic justice coursing through your being. You do not stand alone. You have never stood alone. The illusion of isolation was just another tactic they employed to weaken your resolve, to make you doubt your path, to convince you to abandon your purpose. But that illusion, like all others they've constructed, cannot survive in the presence of awakened awareness. The record is about to be set straight. The narrative is about to be corrected. The story is about to be realigned with truth. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever be the same again. The world that emerges after your speaking will bear little resemblance to the world that existed before it. The reality that forms in the wake of your truth will operate according to different laws than the reality built upon their deceptions.